Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we've got another puzzle here by FullDeck and missing a few cards. This one is called Crosshairs. Don't quite see it in terms of, well, I guess it's kind of, everything seems to be kind of pointing to the central point like this. So yeah, I guess I can see it. Yeah, okay. Anyway, enough of trying to find pretty pictures within puzzles. Let's look at our rule sets here. So we've got standard Sudoku rules apply. So every row, every column, and 3x3 box contain the digits 1 through 9 each. And we've got cages. So digits and cages cannot repeat and must sum to the value shown in the upper left corner of the cage. So these two digits just add up to 12, and they cannot repeat. And that is all there is to it in terms of our rules. So with that said, the link is in the description below if y'all want to play along, and let's get into this thing. No need to drag out a long intro for no real reason. So, what are we going to be doing here? There's a lot of information on the screen, so we're going to have to try to search around to find bits and pieces. The 16 we know has to be a 7-9. Do we have anything else of that ilk that we can use? There has to be a 1 in this 8. Because in 3 cells, you always must have a 1. We've got, what else? I mean, we could do a little bit of math, I guess, in terms of our crosshair and see if it gives us anything. Because what we're going to figure out, I guess, is the value of these 3 digits and the value of these 3 digits. Now, these combined are going to add up to 37. So we're left with 8 to get to 45, which means there has to be a 1 in one of these. The same is true for these, so this just has to be a 1, because there has to be a 1 in both iterations. Okay. Now, we have to have 2 different ways of making 8 in 3 digits. There's only 2 ways to do that. They are 1, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 5, which forces these to be 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, this can't be 7, 8, or 9, so it has to be 6, because we're in a 3-cell 9 cage here, so obviously it can't be any of those other digits. This just has to be a 1-2 pair now. This can't be 9 or 8, and since it can't be 6, it must be 7. That leaves 3 in this 10, which must be a 1-2 pair. We're getting some 1-2 pairs going on quickly here. We can remove this as a 2 for the moment. Now, cannot quite go to the same extent that we did on these guys, but we can just remove the 6s and 7s. So we've got 9-8 pairs. So what are the possibilities here? I think we're going to find we have to have ones, well, not necessarily. This guy, if it's a 9, these have to equal 3, so it'd have to be a 1-2 pair. This is an 8, these would equal 4, so it's a 1-3 pair. But on the flip side, if this is a 9, this is a 1-3 pair. If this is an 8, this could be 2 different things. We also can look at this 8, 9 and cut across here and get a 7. So we can do that for the moment. And see if that does us any good. Let's see. Does that affect anything? 12, maybe? It could be 8, 4. Well, it can only be 8, 4, can it? Because it can't be 9, 3. It can't be 7, 5. And it clearly can't be 6, 6. So this is an 8, 4 pair. What else does that do for us? Let's see where that might point. Keep wanting to look at some of these higher doubles and see if they really give us much of anything, or if there's some combination that can help us with the remainders that are left over. Five-digit 20. Can we remove 1 from this? We can. Because none of these can be 1, because this is a 1. This can't be 1 because it's a 1-2 pair here, and this can't be 1 because it's a 1-2 pair. So we end up with minimum 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which is 20. Now we know this is not 2. This is not 2. This and this. Oh, no, we don't know that one's not. This one is not 2. So one of these two is our 2. That's going to remove 2s from all of these. This can't be a 2 because you can't put a 2 in a 2 cell 14 case. There is a 2 in this 9. Problem with that is what? Or the usefulness of that's what. Okay, let's step back from that for a second. Now that we know there's a 2 in here, there cannot be a 2 in this 8 clue. So therefore it must be a 1, 3, 4. Therefore, these are not 3s or 4s, which means these are 3s or 4s. Now we've got these remainders, which are 7, 8, and 9. Can we use those? This can't be 9 because that can't be 6. This can't be 9 because this can't be 6, so that forces this to be 9. Now we've got 7, 8 pairs. So these just have to be 7s, 8s. So one of these is 7, 8, the other one is 8, 7. And we can figure that out with the 7 here. So this is 8, this is 7, this is 8, and this is 7. Okay. Now, that's got to give us more information to move around our little bullseye or crosshairs here. And where does it do it? This 11 is not quite there because we could have a 9, 2. Oh no, we can't have a 9, can because of these all look into it. So this cannot be 9, 2. It cannot be 8, 3, and it cannot be 7, 4. So it therefore must be a 6, 5. Too bad that doesn't actually look back in here to get us anything. But maybe we can continue in some of these other areas. Let's see. How about a 9 in this column? Can't ever put a 9 in this 11 clue, because then these two would have to be both 1s. So this is the only place a 9 can go. Hello, my mouse is messing up. It's like skipping across. Always a wonderful thing. Therefore, we can take the 9s across here, and so it goes here. We know none of these can be 9s, so one of these is. Now, that being a 9 doesn't necessarily determine what the 18 is. We know that we have to have 9 more, but there are still multiple options there that it could be. What about looking at the 9s going this way? Again, that can't be 9, and this can't be 9, so this is. So one of these has to be a 9. If we can get to our 1, 2s and figure out which ones are which, we could probably rule out some options. Trying to find the in there. Could also, oh, no, we don't quite have that, sorry. Okay, so let's regroup here for a second. Now this 20, we cannot use the same thing here because we can't rule out 1s from in here. So that's not going to quite get us anything just yet. This 19, is there anything we can say about it? Because we can't use an 8 or a 7 in it. So our bare minimums now are 8, 6, and 5, which is 19. Okay, 8, 6, and 5. That's what this has to be. Therefore, this is 4, and this is 8. That's not 8. And the 8 doesn't quite rule out what goes on here just yet. But what does it do for us? Again, the 1s and 2s. Once we get to the point where we can differentiate those, it's going to be quite useful. All right, let's continue. In what fashion? Can this be a 2, 3, 4? Let's think about that for a second. If it is, this is a 4, this is a 2. And this would be a 3. That seems like it can work. What else does this look at? And oh, this 4. There we go. That's going to move things along for us. Just hadn't looked back at our Sudoku here. Now, what do those do? This is not a 4. 5, 6, and 8, 2, 3, and 4. There has to be a 7 in here. So if we got a 9 and a 7, we're at 16, so we need 2 more. So this is a 2, 7 pair, which means this is 3, this is 4. That means this is 1, and this is 2. That's going to give us our breakout there, I think. So now we have these 1s and 2s figured out. These have to be from 4, 5, and 6. We do have a 2 X-wing as well, which means there is a 2 in this 11. We have a 4, 5, 6 here, so that's not 4, and it's not, well, we've just done basic Sudoku there. We know what these 2 digits are. They're 1 and 3. Can we figure out... Okay, this we can reduce. This can never be a 6, and I don't think it can ever be a 5 either. It cannot. So this is 4. If this is a 4, this has to be an 8, and this has to be a 1. That puts a 9 here. Therefore, this is a 1 and a 3. That's 10, so this has to be a 2. Okay, there we go. And let's look back at our 9, see if anything helped out. No, not quite. Doesn't seem. Okay. Now we got a 3 in the 20. Don't know if that gives us quite enough. Let's look back at some Sudoku here. Okay, so 1s. We know there's a 1 and a 2 in our 11. So that's 3, so there has to be another 8. 1, 2, and 8. These are not 8s, so this is the 8. That 1, 2 pair looks up here and gets rid of these as 1s, which forces this to be a 1. Okay. Oop, I did wrong button. These 2 digits are given. one of them must be a 9, so therefore it's here. It forces this to be a 5, 6, 5, and 6. Now, this is no longer a 9. This is a given 5. And what about these guys? Or we can just look at this 6, give us a 5 here. So we get a 2, 6 pair. We have the 6, so this is 2. This is 6. That 2 comes down and gives us a 7 and a 2. This is a given 4. These are given 3s and 7s. Right. 4 here gives us our 3 and our 4. Good. We know one of these is a 4. What else do we know? Is there anything more useful than that? We need 3, 4, and 6. This can't be a 4. So we already knew that. Like I said, this is a 4. The 3s and the 6s, though, are not quite determined. Well, now that we know there's a 4 here, we know this is not a 2, 3, 4. So it has to have a 1 in it. So therefore, that 1 goes here. And if that 1 goes here and we have a 2, that's a 3. So we need a 6 with it. So this is a 2, 6 pair. We can probably figure something about this 10. But why don't we just put a 6 in here because it's given because of these. Now these are the 3, 4 pair. So this is 4 and this is 3 because of this guy here. And we should be able to determine what the possibilities of these are, which might then give us our 14 clue. So we have to have 5, 7, and 9. This is not 9. This is not 7. So this is just a 9, 5 pair. And we have a 9 here. So this is 5. This is 9. Get rid of those markings. This is a given 3. These two are 8 and 9. This has to be the 8, and this has to be the 9 because of that. Now we finish this 18 clue. 9 plus 9 is 18, so that all checks out. These 2 digits now. Let's go there. These have to be from 3 and 6. Not quite something there. But this 3 or 6 forces this to be a 4 or a 7. Again, not quite enough there, but this 3 here, though, does do that. 6, 3. I had to look at the non-repeating property of our killer cage. So therefore, this is 7. There are 5 and 7. This is not 5. Do we have anything else looking in, or we just need to finish our Sudoku? I think we do. So we have to get a 4, 7, and an 8. This can't be 7 or 8, so it's 4. Get rid of those. And really, I think we just need to kind of finish things off here, what our options are. So we need a 4, 6, 8. This can't be 4. This can't be 6. So that's a 6, 8 pair. So this is 4. No, I was just looking to see if we had any given here. What are these 2 guys? They're either 1, 2, or 6. This can't be a 1. So what are our possibilities? Well, this can't be a 1, 2 pair. And we could just say that because the only place a 6 can go is here. So one of these is 6, which means this is 8. So we get 7 and 8, and then 3 and 7. This is going to be a given of 5. We now have 8, 12, 18. So this is a 2, which means this is 6 and 1. Now it equals 7. So this has to be 3, and that does work out. And then we got a 1, gives us our 2 and our 1. And we should be able to finish this up nice and easy now. 2 and 6. This has to be 8. This has to be 6. There we go. Solved the puzzle. Solution is correct. Pretty good one here. I mean, FullDeck and missing a few cards always make great puzzles, great logic. Like I said, on this one, there was a lot going on, so just trying to find where to get into it, and seeing a given digits here and there is really all it took to kind of get to it. So another excellent puzzle as always. I hope hope you all enjoyed that one, and see you in the next one. Thanks.